Hello, this is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Thursday, June 26th, 2024. I'm going to be doing the reading with the classic tarot. This is the Lo Scarabeo version of the Soprafino tarot. Beautiful, beautiful deck. And I mentioned it recently as one of the decks I would give to a beginner. If the beginner were interested in Tarot de Marseille style, this would be it, because it even has a keyword on the side of each card. So that's a help when you're dealing with pips and you don't know how to read them very well, or just learning them. And once again, I'm going to be trying to do it correctly this time, the Unapologetic Ownership of Self spread by Tarot Shrink. It starts out with a majors only card, and then you put out 6 cards, not 5, as I did yesterday. The back of this deck has nudity on it, so I can't put it out until I'm ready to turn them over. So the major, I just went through and found the first major that I came to, and that would be my major today, and that is Il Matto, the Fool. And so the first question, which part of my true self am I holding back? The 5 of Swords. What are the gifts of accepting this part of myself? The Page of Swords. Oh, interesting. This card, a representation of this was a gift to me from someone. 3, how can I give myself permission to embody this part of myself? The Queen of Swords, getting lots of swords today. Okay. And again, this is a general reading, so it's not just for me, even though the questions say myself. 4, how can we use our voices to express this part of ourselves? Here, are we? The King of Cups. What can help me stand in my truth when I feel uncertain? The 9 of Coins. And finally, what can help me feel confident embodying this part of myself? Ah, La Papessa. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, here we have the Fool. Strangeness, mystery, Il Matto, the Fool, sometimes a beggar, sometimes a clown. Having performed in a lot of comedy, I personally have a lot of ownership of this part of myself. But, you know, on a larger scale, this would be the willingness to look silly. The willingness to make fun of yourself. One of my favorite quotes is from Agnes de Mille, and she said, the hallmark of a great beauty is the ability to make fun of herself. She was talking about one of the dancers that she worked with that she thought was exceptionally beautiful, and that she was also able to laugh at herself. But I think that quote is wonderful, and it certainly applies to this. So are you having trouble allowing yourself to look silly? Letting go of the fact that some people are always going to think you're a fool, no matter how smart you are, no matter how, as we, again, in our recent elections we saw, no matter how competent a woman is, some people are still going to call her stupid. Even though the proof is obviously to the contrary. It just doesn't matter. And then, okay, so this is the part of ourselves that we're holding back today. And this is interestingly, this is the only major. So this might be a longer term thing for you to think about in terms of, let yourself go a little bit. Don't be afraid to have people laugh with you and at you. People usually like you more for it. Okay. What do I hold myself back? Why do I hold myself back? The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is, this is being called defeat here, which is stronger than the Rider-Waite-Smith. The Rider-Waite-Smith can be seen as practice or play fighting or kind of internal squabbling or arguing about things that are not necessarily consequential. But yeah, we're afraid of being defeated. We're afraid of looking silly. We're afraid of that people might laugh at us behind our backs. And that is particularly a concern when you're younger. And as you age, you realize that some people are going to do that no matter what. But that they might use it to defeat you in some more important matter, in matters of, in this case, the mind, in matters of communication, that they would perhaps belittle your input in communication because they're thinking of you this way. What are the gifts of accepting this part of myself? That's funny. The definition they have here is the researcher. The Page of Swords. In most decks, the Page of Swords is quite fancy. Quite fancy. And here we are again, almost posing. He doesn't look ready to use the sword. He's just kind of holding it up. I got a new sword. And he has, quite the fancy outfit and plumage and a lovely cape. And so one of the gifts of accepting this foolish part of yourself is that you can let yourself go and express yourself. For example, let's take dress as an example. You can wear what you feel like wearing. You can wear what you like, as fancy as it might be. One of the people I follow on Instagram is this marvelous man who plays Santa during the winter, and then in the summer he wears these floral crowns, and he's just like this god of summer. I'm more than a little bit in love with him. But yes, you don't have, once you let go of being afraid of looking foolish, you can be the person you want to be. Now, it is true, this person is, the Page of Swords is waiting. He is a messenger. He's someone who can be working on your side without you knowing it. So that's also a part of accepting this part of yourself, is that it works for you in ways that you don't know when you're just willing to be yourself. How can I give myself permission to embody this part of myself? You just do it. You cut through all the reasons to not do it. And you just lean forward and smile and say, yes, I like wearing hot pink with teal and lime green and red and ermine. Because I'm the Queen of Swords. I can wear what I want. You can cut through the thoughts that are holding you back from expressing yourself and say, I'm the Queen of Swords. I've been through things, and this is the Widow card in older decks. I've been through things that allow me to let go of other people's expectations and fully express myself. Number 4, how can I use my voice to express this part of myself? Well, this says intellectual, the King of Cups, but we know Cups is the emotional suit. So here we have this tie-in between the intellectual and the emotional, this synthesis and fulfillment of caring for others. And you can use your voice to express this part of yourself by encouraging others to do the same, by letting people know that if they want to be truly themselves around you, they're safe. Such as in, a lot of the things we've seen lately, posting as, you're in a safe zone when you're with me. You can be who you are, and I'm going to care for you as a person. And that's how you do it. And you also do it on a grand scale. You make your decisions like voting, like meetings you attend and places that you patronize. You make your decisions in concert with this determination to be loving and supporting of everyone. And so then you withhold your support from places that do not foster that kind of viewpoint. What can help me stand in my truth when I'm uncertain? Well, this is the 9 of coins. And this says investment. So you can continue to invest in this part of yourself. Of course, in other decks, the 9 of coins is also about appreciation of what you have, gratitude for what you have. And so I think I really do feel, as someone who's officially a senior now, I really do feel that when you allow yourself to be fully yourself, you have an appreciation and a gratitude that you can just let go and be who you want to be. And yes, some people are going to think you look silly. Some people are going to think you're foolish. Because those are people with their own problems. Some people are going to bite at your butt. But you've made this investment in yourself, in being who you want to be, so that you can be unapologetically silly, ribald, goofy, fun to be with, accepting of others, wearing what you want to wear that makes you comfortable and you feel good about yourself. Someone else I follow on Instagram is a clothes, he's a wardrobe consultant, and he's always talking about wear what makes you feel good about yourself, not what you think others think you should be wearing. Now, of course, there are boundaries, like there are workplace boundaries where, yes, there are things that are kind of an accepted uniform, but within that, there are ways to be able to be your true self. And finally, what can help me confidently embody this part of myself? Well, of course, this says study, but of course we know La Pépesse is much more than about study. She is about embodying the intuitive part of yourself as well, so that through this intellectual growth, we have, even this one says researcher, so we have a lot of things that are talking about intellectual growth here. So, and think about how often people who are highly intellectual, that other people make fun of them because they haven't, decided to go the Instagram filter route. They've allowed themselves to be themselves and to let their words stand for what they're thinking. And this is La Pépesse is about all of that. This culmination of study and the fruition of the study through the soul and the investment in yourself. And I am going to pick an oracle card to wrap this up. This is from the Tea Leaf Fortune cards. Ugh. I'm going to put it over here. Axe, forces working against you. So this is just restating the initial premise. This was our initial card for today. And all of these reasons, all of the reasons about why you don't want to do it, this is it. You're afraid of forces that are working against you. But we've already stated all the reasons to go ahead and be true to yourself. So I hope that you will be able to stand in your own truth today and for a much longer period of time. This is Kara from Kara Tarot. Thank you.